This is the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Dory Stewart.
Welcome back to another episode of the FXBG Neighbors Podcast, where we share the stories of our favorite local brands. Today, I'd like to introduce you to my guest. We have Beata Alghabra here today with SYNERGY HomeCare of Fredericksburg. Beata, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's so wonderful to be part of your podcast and everything that we have going on in the community. So thank you for hosting.
Of course, I'm excited to learn more about you and your business. So let's start there. Share with the listeners a little bit about SYNERGY HomeCare.
Okay, so it's definitely, it's for our aging in place, most vulnerable community for the most part. We help our seniors, what's called age in place, stay in their home, be surrounded by what they consider to be their memories that they've created and are living around for the generations, decades that they've built their life around. And so we help them rather than, some unfortunately do have to go to assisted living or nursing or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, many seniors who want to stay in their home and their families want them to stay in their home. So we add that value to their already existing quality of life, and we're that extra hand in the process. So what we do is we're part of a franchise network nationwide. We've been in business for over 20 years nationwide. But in Fredericksburg, we are local. We've been open for almost 3 years now. Very proud, local to the community. Our children grew up here for the most part, middle school, high school, now at university. Our son is in the military. My husband's a local provider here in the community. So we love being here, and we're loving that we're part of a community.
Amazing, amazing. As someone who has parents in their late 70s, I know firsthand how important the work that you're doing is. So thank you for providing this service. And congratulations on hitting the almost 3-year mark. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you. We're very proud of it. We're very humbled by the opportunity, but also we know what we provide to the community. It's a responsibility, and we don't take that lightly. So we're very happy.
For sure. So tell me a little bit about you. I'd love to learn your background and how your journey led you to starting this business.
So really, it's always been corporate for me, Wall Street a little bit here and there. And then I fell into healthcare. My husband is a PA in dermatology, and he's local here over at Pinnacle Dermatology. But before that, I've, dealt with operations. But then COVID hit and my father got sick, and he was not going to be released unless we had care for him in the home. And we were long distance and we couldn't make it happen. So he ended up staying in hospital for an additional 6 weeks. And we could see the deterioration or his decline, his mental health declining because he couldn't be at home. And even though he was COVID-free, he had other comorbidities, and it just wasn't going to be suitable unless he was home with a caretaker or a caregiver. And so that led one discussion to another. And 3 years later, almost 4 years later, because the process took a bit, and here we are. And it really is a valuable service that we provide. I wouldn't have it any other way. So really, that's how SYNERGY fell into my lap. On a corporate level, it's an amazing group of people who all have the same kind of warmth and compassion in mind, because you can't do this line of business with that in mind at all times. So
yeah, I bet. So tell me, do you find that there are any misconceptions about the industry?
Well, really, I don't think really people understand that we add value. It's not so much just personal care or helping your loved one take a shower or eat or whatever, but it's also about, having an additional person in the home, that second set of eyes that's observant, but also objective. It helps, you can spot certain problems a little bit more ahead of the game and prevent things from happening rather than dealing with a situation, trying to catch the ball as it drops. So we are the patient's advocate, the client's advocate, but also we're that intermediary between adult children, family, and that loved one. So we do play a family role, but at the same time, we're more than happy to do it. So, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. It is such an important role, a big responsibility. I imagine you feel that, and I love that you mentioned prevention. Prevention is so much easier to deal with than
Absolutely.
the aftermath.
And that's in all stages of life, right? I mean, it doesn't,
Yeah,
for you to be a senior to do that, it should start a lot sooner than that. But many people aren't fortunate that way, or, certain circumstances don't lead to that. So, but if we can provide that in the aging process, why not? Absolutely. And it adds quality and flavor and color to your life. So why not?
hmm
Why
yeah,
not? So, yeah.
yeah. So clearly, you work very hard on your business, and I know it's a very demanding industry. But I'd love to know when you're not working, what are you doing for fun?
Girl, let me tell you. Okay, so really, I mean, as a founder, right, and you know better than anyone else, as a founder and entrepreneur, you can put work-life balance to the wayside. It doesn't exist. I mean, not at the same time anyway. You just can't have it both at the same time. You can have it all, just not at the same time. And so when you come to that realization, you realize when it's time to have a good time or time to have some downtime, you take it serious and you treasure those moments. So for me, I'm a social butterfly. I do like to have a great dinner party. I do rely on my husband to be that chef. He does love to try his little recipes here and there, but I'm definitely the one who can make a really good cocktail. So I'll have to have you over one day for sure. But but also we do love that occasional downtime too. So it's a mix. We have a big, beautiful family, adult children, a grandson in the middle of all of that, and extended family. So we just thrive on it all. Great friends. We wouldn't have it any other way. So we're busy, but when it's downtime, it's downtime.
I love
So
that.
it's a little bit of odd. Do I have a hobby? My business is my business
hmm
is my life. And so I knew that going in, that's what I signed up for. And I really wouldn't have it any other way. I live and die by it. And I
hmm
love what we bring to the table. So it always comes back to that. I don't have that downtime. I don't want that downtime. There'll be a time and a place for that someday, but for
hmm
now, I'm all in, and I love it that way. So that's
Thank
what
you for keeping it real for us.
it's keeping it real. It is that way. And so, for
hmm
anyone to tell you that you can have it all at the same time, show me who
Right.
that. I'll smoke them out. But yes, you can have it all, but there's a time and a place for everything for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue keeping it real. And let me ask you this. If someone came to you asking for advice, that maybe they want to start a new business or they want to buy a franchise, what advice would you give them?
So there will be two parts of you, two
Mm-hmm.
different versions of you. You'll have that founder or that entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
and then as your business grows and scales, you have to form to be a different kind of leader. And what I mean by that is the person that you are at the onset, it takes a micro level, that detail oriented, your processes, your systems, your efficiencies, your data analysis. Thrive on that. Make it as perfect as you can, but don't dwell on the perfection. Just get it done. And as you grow, you're going to have those specialized teams in place that you have to hire. You need them. And you have to step away from yourself, come out of your own head, get out of your own head. Let them do what they're meant to, what you hired them to do to scale your business to the next level. You need them. And what that means is you are leading from behind. At least I know I do. I couldn't be anywhere without my team from day one and now. They are the business. It is not a one person show. And really, when you're building a team, it's a long-term strategy too. So everything you have in place isn't going to happen overnight. It's not a short-term strategy at all. And you have your personalities, you have your little ebbs and flows in growth, but you have to thrive on it and enjoy the process. Good and bad, you're not going to have it perfect, but you will get it done. And so if you can take those two pieces and roll with it, you're going to be okay. But get out of your own head.
Yeah, that's such great advice. It's so hard sometimes for business owners when they are scaling to let go and
Yeah.
to allow other team members to step into some of those leadership roles.
Yeah, don't be obsessed with the part that's not perfect. Just
hmm
focus on it being done and moving forward. It's never going to be perfect. But as founders, at least for me, I thrived on, okay, is everything perfect? Guess what? Even when it's perfect, it's still not there's going to be a kink in it somewhere along the line.
hmm
And it's okay. That's part of being a leader. How quickly can you pivot? how quickly can you wash it off and move right on, you know?
Absolutely. How you react to it is everything.
Right. And keeping your emotions in check. As a leader, I found like you don't get that luxury of wallowing in your emotions. You gotta act, not react. And when you get to that moment, everyone else is having their meltdown, but you've got to lead and you've got to keep it balanced. And that takes a lot of skill. That takes a lot of work internally. Mm-hmm. And once you can foster that and manage that, I think you got something going on. Yeah.
Such great advice. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So what is something that you wish the listeners knew about Synergy Home Care?
Gosh, we really have a great team. We really do. Our director of operations, our manager, he doesn't even like that title, manager, which is an amazing title. Hey, I mean, he brings it to another level. It's compassion all the way. We're on 24/7. We care about not just, is everything done, but how it's done. It goes back to how well can we do our job? How compassionate can we be? How patient can we be? And how graceful can we be with all of it? Not just the working process, but the aging process. And those two combined together, you have something special, which I think we are, just a leader in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, congratulations on all your success. It's been really exciting to watch you grow over the past few years. And
likewise, likewise, trendsetter. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, it has been a lot of fun to work with you. And if the listeners want to connect with you, if they want to learn more from you, what is the best way for them to find you?
Really, SYNERGYHomeCare.com. And from there, you just Google Fredericksburg, and we just pop right up. And you can call us, you can email us, you can go on our website and download an inquiry form. We get it right away. And we're local. You can come stop by our office as well. We're right off of Plank Road. So in Westwood Office Plaza. So we're right across from the Metro Diner. There you go.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Beata, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today and sharing Synergy Home Care with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Dory. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to fxbgneighborspodcast.com.